Hey guys, I'm Sarah.
I'm Spencer.
And we're hanging out on Degrassi Downtime with
teamnick.com.
Okay, so you guys wanted to know what these handprints were for. Well, we all went for Anna's birthday. We went to Morocco Chocolat, and they noticed that we were from the show, so they let us roll our hands in chocolate and press it down on a piece of paper and then sign it, and now we're all on their Chocolate Hall of Fame, which is so cool.
We were asked about me teaching Sarah how to do a British accent, so let's give it a go. Alright, Sarah, repeat after me. Okay, here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You got it.
Hello.
On the O.
Hello.
Okay. Think Harry Potter, alright? Let's go like...
Hello.
So we were asked about the Degrassi parties, and they're always awesome, especially the Miley Christmas party. We had a great time. Sarah, I think that you had an amazing pose in the picture that was taken.
We did. We got to do, we did a nice one, obviously, but then we did a silly one, and I can never do those on, like, with pressure, so I just didn't smile and do anything. Alright, so now we're gonna test our twin telepathy.
Alright, so let's just say like a random word on the count of three.
Okay. One, two, three.
Gouda. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Velociraptor. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Lamps. That's weird. No wonder they cast us as twins. That's weird. So, you guys wanted to know what our favorite scene to shoot together was. And we have two. One's already happened.
Yes, and one is yet to come.
So the first one we shot together was our favorite that's already aired. It was when Zoe woke up all confused about where she was, and we brought her breakfast.
Some comedy in there.
It was your first day, right?
It was my first day, yeah. And our first scene together. It was really fun scene to do.
It was. Yeah. It was lots of fun. And the one that is coming up, ooh,
be excited, guys.
It's a really good one.
It's good.
Like, it's emotional. It's dramatic.
Some good old-fashioned Hollingsworth drama.
Yeah, it gets intense. So stay tuned.
Another on-set fact that might interest you is that the Hollingsworth house is in our normal studio, but the bedrooms of the Hollingsworth kids are actually in another completely different building.
Way over there. Pretty crazy.
It's nuts.
Alright guys, this has been Degrassi Downtime with me, Sarah Weisglass.
And me, Spencer McPherson.
Thanks for all your questions, and it was super fun hanging out with you.
See you guys later.
I'm Demetrius Droyet, and I'm going to be answering your questions here on teamnick.com. So Maria wants to know, what is the best part of playing Dallas? I think Dallas is a very unique character in the sense that he's turned around where a lot of people wouldn't have in his situation, being, a hockey player and a jock and being very party avid and all that kind of stuff. To see that he's turned around to become a really nice guy and caring about everyone around him, even if he isn't, first friends with them or just acquainted with them. And I think that's a really cool aspect of the character, and I enjoy playing that. Monica asked, what are your future plans for acting, and what type of roles do you wish to play? I want to continue working. I'd love to play, more action-based characters like, Jason Statham. I think that's pretty fun. But at the same time, I really like thrillers and dramas, especially like political dramas, even though I feel like I'm a little young to play those now. But hopefully in the future, I'd look up to playing something like that. Vanessa asked, how was your first day on set? My first day on set was, it was interesting because we were shooting the opening and Stefan was directing. And it was a very good intro to Degrassi, pretty much. I learned the ropes right away that, the show was very precise and on the ball, and everyone always had to come and bring their A game because we had, I think, 20 of us in that first intro, and we had one take. So we had to get it all, every single one of us had to do our part right. So it was good. It was fun. Thank you guys for all your questions. I'm Demetrius Droyet, and this has been Degrassi Downtime on teamnick.com.
Hi everyone, it's me, Jessica Tyler, and I am here on teamnick.com. Regina126 Queen asked me what my favorite episode was to act in, and out of all of my years being on the show, still to this day, one of my favorite scenes is when my character was going through some crazy hormonal pregnancy changes, and she was obsessed with Sav, Raymond, and I basically stalked his life and kissed him when he wasn't expecting it, and Stefan directed that episode, and it was really funny. He brought out a really funny side in me, and yeah, still to this day, one of my favorite episodes. So Vanessa asked if I have any hidden talents, and I don't know if it's really a talent, but I really enjoy spin class at my gym, and I go all the time. I think I kill it. I have such a good time when I do it, and I like to think I'm pretty good at that, so I'll say that. I'm really good in my spin class. CM32345, I think that's it. They asked how long I've been writing music for, and I started writing music when I was about 11 or 12 years old in elementary school, and then I picked up guitar shortly after that. So I've basically been writing my whole life, and I hope that I never stop. At True Jenna asked me if I could go anywhere in the world, where would I go? And right now, I really want to go to Greece. I also really want to go to Thailand. Me and my friend Taylor are trying to plan a trip, so hopefully we can get that together. Okay, so this has been Degrassi Downtime with me, Jessica Tyler. Thank you so much for all of your questions. I had a blast.
I'm Luke Billick.
I'm Sarah Fisher.
And this is Degrassi Downtime with T. Nick. Is it weird watching the episodes after they've been edited and cut?
Not weird, but sometimes I'm picturing a different one that they picked.
Right.
So like sometimes like you'll react and like I did one scene where I was bawling and like just looked like I was crazy, and then one where I was really like quite calm but just like angry, and so that's the kind of stuff where like I have no idea where they're gonna go, and when I see it I'm like, oh, they picked that one.
Yeah, yeah. It's also sometimes weird because like the way we do a scene is also different than when it gets edited. They take a lot of like sometimes the extra air out of the scene. So things that we sometimes do where lines get cut, it's like, oh, you're waiting
totally
for it, and it's like, oh, well.
And you're kind of saying your lines.
As well,
like,
yeah,
while you're
sometimes
watching
along with it. Sometimes it changes the dynamic of what we think the scene's going to be like.
Yeah, or they take it out completely.
Oh, yeah, or
I've had that.
completely.
I had a scene with Craig, and it was such a cute little brother-sister scene. We kept waiting. We're both like, it's not coming. Like,
That's not going to be
there.
on your demo reel.
Nope.
Nope.
Can you do an impression of each other's character?
I'm going to do that again. Can you do an impression of each other's characters? Was the question.
I don't know that I really have to do anything else but then wear this watch.
Thank you. Thank you. 5 years later, I haven't done anything worth noting than you wear a watch.
Hey man, I'm Drew. How you doing? How's life? How's your mom? Oh, she's good. Yeah, my mom's good too. They talked the other day, right? That's true. Yeah, look at my watch. I'm wearing it backwards. It's super cool. I'm Drew Torres. What's good?
My turn, I guess.
Yo, I'm keeping.
I don't even know. I can't talk as fast as you can.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
That is a lie. That is a huge lie.
Hi everyone. My name is Becky Baker. You guys want to go to church today? Oh my gosh. What are you guys doing today, tomorrow, next day?
Oh my god. You're almost oh, well, you killed that
Good
one.
job. All right.
That's for
Sarah,
sure. Yeah?
what do you think the future holds for Drew and Becky's relationship?
They will become brother and sister. I'm just joking. That's not what it is. Okay, this is what I think. I really liked their relationship when Drew was just being there for her, almost taking Craig's place. Not that he was a brother, but it was that kind of friendship where we were both like kind of all the fakeness we kind of put out for the school was totally stripped down, and whenever we were together, it was very real. And so I don't know. I think that's where they were the strongest, honestly, and their relationship was then. So I don't know. I mean, are they going to be together or stay as like a close friend? It's hard to say, but I thought they were very strong, being good friends. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the aspects that the two of us have talked to, and I think that's one of the things that makes Becky and Drew work, if it is anything, is just the fact that they are not trying to be anyone else than themselves, and I do like that.
I like that.
Well,
time is up. Time's been ticking.
Time is of the essence.
And this has been a party.
Oh.
Yeah, to say
Too
the
bad
least.
we didn't say that at the same time.
1, 2, 3.
Blah.
Okay, one. This has been a blast. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
This has been a blast. We're obviously having a great time, but thanks for hanging out with us here on Degrassi Downtime on
Thanks, guys.
Team Nick. See you soon.
Hello, I'm Eric Osborne. I'm here answering your Twitter questions at teennick.com. Pirouette asked the question, how tall am I?
The answer is I am 6 foot or 6 foot, almost 6'1". Nicole asked the question, what is your favorite movie? And I don't know what my favorite movie is of all time. I have a couple on the list, but my favorite movie of 2013 is probably Her. I saw it in theaters and I really enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna buy it soon, but I thought it was very well written, very well directed. It looked amazing. The acting was amazing. The story was touching, and it was a very beautiful film. I highly recommend it. Rachel asked the question, if you could star in a movie with any actor, who would you choose and why? And if I were to star in a movie, I would want to work with probably Leonardo DiCaprio, Ryan Gosling, or Michael Fassbender. I mean, the list goes on and on. So some of you wanted to know which other Degrassi character I'd like to play besides Miles. And I've thought about it before, and I think that the one character I'd like to play is probably Zig. And I think he's a really interesting character, and it would be a good chance to step out of my comfort zone and do things I don't usually do. I think Ricardo plays him really well. I like the way, the kind of vibe that Zig always has. And I think it would be a fun one to play. Interesting, definitely. It is very contrasting to a lot of the characters on the show. That's why I like it. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me and all of my numerous awards I've won over my very long-winded 1 year of acting experience. Thank you for all of your great questions, and this has been Degrassi Downtime with Eric Osborne.
Christine Prosperi, and I'm answering your questions on tnick.com. Okay, first question is from @HugsForAislinn. Hi. She asks, what's the most important thing Imogen has taught you? I think the most important thing Imogen has taught me is to be yourself. I know that's a really cliche answer, but it's very true. I think Imogen is crazy and quirky, and it's just amazing that she can kind of be funny and not be scared to, do her own thing or kind of be her own person. So I think that's the best thing that Imogen has taught me and hopefully has taught you guys. Yay. @HazelEyes9060, which reminds me of that Kelly Clarkson song, Behind These Hazel Eyes. Okay, she asks, her name is Danielle. She asks, who influences your style and who is your inspiration? Who influences my style? Kendall and Kylie Jenner, because they're so cool. Did you see them at Coachella? Holy crap. They are amazing. And who is your inspiration? Like in life, my inspiration is my mom, because she is just fab and just is so admirable, and I just love the way she carries herself. But who's my style inspiration? Kendall and Kylie, or Jennifer Lopez, because she's just amazing. So yeah. @KLindsay818, or Klindsay, if you will. What's the funniest scene you've ever had to shoot on Degrassi, if you had to pick one? I can't pick one, but I can tell you, me and Annie Clark used to have the most giggle fits ever. We were really close on set, so we would kind of just be really comfortable with each other. And we just laugh, and all the camera crew and directors would be like, guys, do your job, figure it out, and like stop laughing. So that's the only thing I can really think of. Usually we get really hyper around like big events like prom or graduation because we're all on set. That's pretty bad. We're all really hyper and annoying, so they probably hate us. That's the only thing I can think of right now. So yeah, probably with Annie Clark. Thank you guys for all the questions. Click around to see more Degrassi Downtime on tnick.com.
I'm Monroe Chambers, and I'm answering your questions here only on tnick.com. So this question comes from Shelby Nicole. Hey, Shelby. If you could change one thing that Eli's done, what would it be? And do you think Eli and Claire will get back together? Now, if I could change one thing that Eli's done, it would probably be slamming his hearse into a wall. That wasn't smart. Panther. What are you doing, buddy? Trying to get in the shot? Camera whore. And do I think Eli and Claire will get back together? I think so. I like to hope that they will, have their romantic happy ending. But you never know, because as we always say, Degrassi goes there. But there's some complications because Drew is getting in the way. So stop, Drew. But we'll see. You'll see. I know. We'll see.
Okay, this next question comes from @mixed_styles, and it's, what's your opinion on Clue? Great game, but I think it's always Colonel Mustard in the dining room at the Wrench. Okay, this one's from Sarah Cat. What's one thing you absolutely have to see or do at some point in your lifetime? Bucket list. For me, I'd love to skydive. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I want to Zorb down New Zealand hills. I don't know why, I've always just thought that was, I don't know why it's like Lord of the Rings, or I just always thought that that'd be really, really cool. So I must do this. Okay, this question is from Morgan with 2 N's. Who was one character you would have liked to see Eli interact with more? I'm going to say 2 characters. Number 1, Luke Billick, Drew. I feel like they lived in such tight circles, but they never really interacted, like, especially with Adam and even Claire. Like, they never really got to interact, and I would love to work with them because we're very, very close outside of work. The other character would be Campbell. I feel like we've very similar characters mentally, because Eli was in a very, very bad place where he almost kind of tried to kill himself, and he could have seen himself go that route. And I feel like Eli and Campbell, they could have really talked about it, and you never know if that could have made things different or anything like that, but that would have been a really, really fun conversation between them to talk about what they were going through in their minds. And to work with Dylan would be amazing as well. Hey guys, thanks for all your questions for Degrassi Downtime. It's been a blast. Hope you guys like them. The answers, that is. And hope you enjoy the rest of the season.
I'm Nikki Gold. I play Grace on Degrassi, and I am here to answer your questions only on tnick.com. Lucero is asking, what do you do while behind the scenes, and do you ever get nervous? What myself and a lot of the other casts usually do behind the scenes is we go to craft services and watch funny videos on YouTube. And do I ever get nervous? I did at first, like when I was first starting, but not as much anymore. But it really depends on the scene, how many lines there are, how intense it is, etc. Laura would like to know, what is one thing that people would be surprised to know about you? One thing is, I play guitar. I am pretty proud of how I play. I've been playing for about 7 years now, and it's pretty fun. I play banjo as well, and I have a pet boa constrictor that I rescued a few years ago, and he's awesome. Especially for Elle is asking, what was the first heavy band you listened to that got you into the music you're into now? The first heavy band I really got into must have been Black Sabbath, which kind of opened up the music world for me to lots of different genres and styles of music, and now musical taste is all over the place. Monica would like to know if I would rather be attacked by 50 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck. I would say 50 duck-sized horses, because they would be adorable, and they'd be horses, so I could train them, and I'd have a tiny little horse circus. Jenny would like to know, what's the best part about playing Grace? Best part about playing Grace is she gets to say a lot of things to people in a certain way that sometimes in life I wish I wasn't too nice to say. She's very honest and straightforward, and I respect that about her a lot. Thanks everyone for sending in your questions. This has been Degrassi Downtime with me, Nikki Gold.
And today I'm going to be answering your questions on tnick.com. Vanessa wants to know how my first day on set was. My first day on set was a lot of fun. I met Anna that day, and I met a lot of them. I met Eric, I met Lyle, and Olivia, and Anna. But Anna was first because she was in a chair, and she was like, "Hi, I'm Anna." And I was just like, wow, that's cool. I also was in a fully pink outfit that day, which was funny, because at the time I wasn't a huge fan of pink, but I ended up loving it by the end of the day. Yeah, it was just really fun. Taylor wants to know what my favorite hobbies are outside of acting. I really love horseback riding. I did it since I was little, and it's just something I love to do. I also love playing piano. I play piano a lot, and I probably annoy my family with it, because I'm always, making that sweet music. But yes, I love playing piano. And boxing. Boxing is my thing. So those are my hobbies. Stephanie wanted to know what one thing was that always makes me smile. Will Ferrell always makes me smile, and so does Steve Carell, and I have a huge soft spot in my heart for Kristen Wiig because everything she does just kills me and makes me laugh so hard. So, yeah. Some of you guys wanted to know what my favorite band or artist is. I'm really into Simon and Garfunkel and Passenger right now. They are great, and I love them. And I always listen to them on the way home or on the subway, so those are my favorite bands. A lot of you guys asked if I could be any character in the history of Degrassi, who would it be? I would probably be Mia, because I think that her storyline was really interesting and challenging. I think being a teen mom would be super difficult, and I just think it would be really cool to tackle. It'd be a good story. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. I had a lot of fun answering them, and thanks for tuning into Degrassi Downtime. And I'm really excited for all of you to see the rest of the season, because I think you'll be really happy and excited. I know I am, so thanks. Have a good night.
Latan, you're here on tnick.com, and I'm going to answer some questions for you guys. At ChicTO asks, would you say that your on-screen style is anything like your day-to-day off-camera fashion? No, Tristan's style, he's in grade 10, so his style is a lot different than mine. My style, I would say, is a bit more mature. I don't know. Sometimes I'm not very mature with my style, but we have different style. At Dion3 asks, is Tristan friends with Dallas, Drew, and Becky? If not, can it happen, please? No, he's not friends with them. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. You need to give up hope. No, I'm just joking. It could happen, but they're not friends right now. They really haven't had a storyline together, but maybe it will happen. Who knows? Hannah S. asked, was there ever a time on Degrassi when you were laughing so hard you couldn't film a scene? Yeah, there's been a few times. I know the one time I've talked about it actually a couple times because it was just so funny. It was when me, Alex, and Ricardo were first on the show. We were filming a scene, and Alex had to yell through the glass or something. The director said to do it bigger, and she was just like, we're coming right out! And she did it really big, and it was just so funny, and we all just started laughing, and we couldn't finish filming the scene. And then there was one in season 13 with me and Olivia, and I think we actually got in trouble for it, and it was so early in the morning, and we could not stop laughing. It was actually when Dylan Everett was on set, and it was like one of his first days, and we were scared that he would think we were laughing at him, and we totally weren't. But yeah, there's been some funny times on set. Kristen Z or Zed, if you live in America, either one. She asked, we heard you lived with Alexa Steele in LA for a while. What was that like? Yeah, I actually lived with Alexa and her sister Cassie Steele, who was on the show. It was a lot of fun. It was the first time I had actually lived in LA, and Alex is my best friend, so it was really cool that I got to live in LA with my best friend, and then I really got to know Cassie, and she's cool, and she's working on some really awesome music that I got to hear. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we had lots of adventures, and I miss them. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Love you, girls. Well, thanks for watching and submitting your questions. This has been Degrassi Downtime with Lila Ta. See you guys on the flip side.
Melinda Shankar here on tnick.com. At It's Jocelyn asks, when Melinda first started, what did she think Allie's future would look like versus what it actually is now? The one consistent thing that has stayed the same since Allie first was seen on Degrassi has been her love for boys, and that has carried through every season, almost every storyline. So I definitely thought by this point she'd be pregnant. I mean, she did get married, and she did have many boyfriends in between, so I figured that was a possibility, although I'm very glad that I do not have to carry one of those fake baby bumps around. So for selfish reasons, I'm glad she didn't get pregnant. At Retweets asks, favorite character from the next generation? If I'm going to step back and say other than my group of friends, because that's very hard for me to pick, I used to watch the show, and I was definitely a fan of Lauren Collins' character, which is Paige Michaelchuk, because she was like the really sassy fashion one that always seemed to have kind of similar storylines to Allie's in the terms of her trouble and the content with boys. So I think I always kind of liked her character, and I was happy to have Allie remind me a little bit of that. So definitely Paige. At Hugs for Aislinn asks, what's your favorite Allie friendship? That's very hard because Allie has had many friendships, but obviously Claire and Jenna are her best friends. she did meet Claire first, but she lives with Jenna. So I think the fact that they're able to be a trio together is really important because they all kind of add different dynamics and different aspects to the friendship that makes them so, having a sisterly bond. So I think the trio with the three of us are my favorite. Chris M asks, do you get to keep any of the clothes from wardrobe? Luckily, yes. I have a really big, opinion when it comes to my wardrobe fittings. I kind of enjoy putting together Ali's outfits. And for that reason, at the end of the season, I actually like the clothes that I get to wear. So it's not like I play a goth character, and it's not like the kind of thing I'd wear in my real life. We kind of have a lot of the same fashion similarities. So at the end of the season, I kind of go and let them know which pieces I like the most. And if you ever see my Instagram, I might probably be wearing some of Ali's clothes in real life. This has been your Degrassi Downtime with me, Melinda Shankar. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. I had a lot of fun answering them. Bye!
I'm here on teennick.com to answer your questions. Okay, Simone wants to know how my first day of Degrassi was. My first day way back in the day when I was 10 with Shanae was really good. It was fun. Hung out with her all day. But when I came back in season 8, I felt a new pressure. Especially because on my first day we were shooting the fall on the stairs, the front steps. And I was in a group of people that I didn't really know, and I was feeling really nervous that I had to make this fake fall look really good. So I really tried to make this fake fall look good, and the fake fall became a real fall, and I scraped both my knees, and they had to put liquid Band-Aid on them, which stings so badly, and it was really embarrassing. But I mean, it worked out in the episode, so yeah. Okay, so you guys wanted to know what my favorite movie is, and I am prepared with a list. I keep lists of everything in my phone, so here we go. You ready? Slumdog Millionaire, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Star Trek the Reboot, Attack the Block, Polytechnique, The Artist, Monsieur Lazare, Almost Famous. And I'm thinking I have to reevaluate the Oscar Best Picks choices to see if one of those is going to be in my top. I think Her potentially could make the list. I'm not sure. Oh, Zoe, happy birthday! And you want to know if you could be one emoticon, which emoticon would you be? And I have a photo because I want to be prepared for these sort of questions. And I would be this one. Because in my head I feel like I'm making that face all the time when I write people texts. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it looks like it has big cheeks and I do too. So. Okay, Halls wants to know, the Minor Niners are graduating soon. What is one thing you hope Claire does before she graduates? That's a really tough one, but it's also a nice one to think about because it's really cool that we've been with Degrassi for so long and our characters have grown up and we've grown up. So I think the one thing that I'd really like Claire to do before she graduates is reflect and feel good about how everything has gone, how she's grown up, even the mistakes that she's made, feel proud that she's gone through it and can move on to the next stage of her life, which will be no easier. But yeah, I think that would be a good moment for both of us, for me to say goodbye to her and for her to say goodbye to Degrassi. This has been Degrassi Downtime with me, Aislinn Paul from Degrassi. I had so much fun answering your questions. Hopefully we'll do this again in the future because it was really awesome.
Hey, Sarah Fisher here on teennick.com. Amanda York asked, what is your favorite Degrassi episode you were a part of? The favorite episode actually that I was a part of was Unbelievable, the one that just aired about sexual assault. Because one, it's so important. It's such an important lesson for everyone to learn, and everyone was phenomenal in that scene. Everyone did such a good job. Anna and Craig were amazing, and it was a real honor to be a part of such an important storyline. So that was by far one of my favorite scenes that I've ever done. So Prina Bianchi asked, if you could choose any actor to act with you, who would you pick? That's a really hard question, but I think I would pick Jonah Hill because I've tweeted about this before, so some of you probably know I am in love with him. I think he's so funny. He's a phenomenal actor, and 21 Jump Street was one of my favorite movies. And The Wolf of Wall Street, he was absolutely incredible in that movie, and he really showed his range of skills in acting, and I think he's absolutely incredible. I feel like it would be hard not to laugh doing like a funny movie with him or something, but he's amazing. So there's a lot of people I'd love to act with, but I think he would be one of the top ones. Haley asked, Becky is usually bubbly, so how did you prepare for your serious scenes in the latest episode, Unbelievable Part 1 and 2? Well, how I prepared for these episodes is, one thing I'm sure you all know by now is I love talking. So I isolate myself from everyone until we start the scene. I go somewhere where no one else is, where I can really focus and put myself in Becky's position and in her shoes fully and just understand everything that's going on in her head. That her relationship with her brother's on the line, that a lot's on the line right now for her, and it's just understanding emotionally where she is. And you know, it's after the scene, like me and Anna were bawling, so like it's okay to hug it out and like sort of relax a bit, but before a scene I always make sure I just completely like stand somewhere by myself and just get in character. This has been Degrassi Downtime with me, Sarah Fisher. Thank you guys so much for your questions. I had a blast answering them.
Hoyos here on TeenNick.com, and I'm here to answer some questions from you. At Olivia Frontiero asks, if you could be any other character on Degrassi, who would it be? If I could be any other character, I guess I would go with Jake Martin. I loved him on the show. He was hilarious. I wouldn't be able to do it nearly as good as Justin Kelly did it, but he would have been fun to play, I think. At Fimogen Love asks, can you tell us any funny moments on set? No, I can't. Sorry. Joking! That's a funny moment on set. No. I don't know. There's all kinds of tricks and stuff going on all the time, all kinds of pranks and whatnot. I like to hide behind corners, because upstairs where the dressing rooms are, there's a lot, like a long hallway with lots of corners, and I like to, on a regular basis, hide behind said corners and scare people. That's probably one of the fun things we do. At Degrassi, haha, asks, if your arms had to be made of either Twinkies or red bricks, which would you choose and why? Well, I would probably go with red bricks, because if my arms were made of Twinkies, I'd eat them. And that just, like, it doesn't seem like I could really get anything done. Even if I didn't eat them, I probably couldn't hold heavy things or drive a car. That just, not practical at all to have arms made of Twinkies. Yeah. At GRose26 asks, what's your favorite thing about being on Degrassi? Whew, that's a tough one. I guess I would say the best thing about being on Degrassi is the friends that I've made and the long-lasting relationships that will live on past Degrassi that I've made. Thank you so much to everybody who sent in their questions. I had a blast answering them. I love yous. I really do. And make sure to watch the rest of the Degrassi this season, because a lot of stuff happens. Like, you guys are in for it. Wow. Oh, I wish I could tell you, but I can't. She'll kill me, but I wish I could.
For TeenNick.com.
Giannis on Twitter said, what was your first acting job on TV?
My first acting job was on an episode of 1-800-MISSING. It also was the first thing I ever auditioned for, and I got it. I was super duper nervous. Oh my gosh, I just remember shaking, and as soon as I finished the audition, I came out crying because I thought I had done terribly. But yeah, that was my first acting gig. And a few of you wanted to know the audition process for Degrassi and how I got the role of Zoe. I actually auditioned for Degrassi a couple of times before I auditioned for Zoe. I auditioned for Imogen. I got pretty far. but I was a little young at the time. And then I also auditioned for Talia, who appeared in season 12. When I got the call for season 13, they sent out just a mass audition purposes script, and from there, I believe they called in people that they were interested in, and from there they gave me the Zoe script, and I auditioned, did the callback, and then about 2-3 weeks later, I got a call from my agent saying I got it. As far as hidden talents, I don't think I have anything that's hidden per se. When I was younger, I did horseback riding, still keep in touch with that. I did gymnastics. I've been dancing since I was 5, doing, the works. And then figure skating. I'm also a classically trained vocalist, play piano. I used to play guitar, and then I left it because it wasn't really my thing. Yeah, I do a lot. Courtney P. asked, how did you prepare for the storyline about Zoe's assault, and what kind of message do you hope viewers get from it? Well, this storyline was based on the true events of the Steubenville, Ohio case, and the episode has stayed very true to the real case. And I think what I want the viewers to learn from it is that it's never too late to get help. Just talk to somebody, speak to someone that you trust, or you can even reach out to various organizations like RAIN.org, or if you're in Canada, Kids Help.
And I'm answering some of your questions today on tnick.com. So we have a question here from Holly Hanna, Jessica Seal, and Allie Smith on Facebook, and they all want to know what's my favorite scene to film on Degrassi. That's definitely a tough question, but if I had to say one of my favorite scenes is probably combined with one of my least favorite scenes is Adam's funeral stuff. That was a really interesting thing to film as an actor, having to portray the death of a sibling, which obviously sucked because you're not going to work with Jordy anymore. But there's something about it that all the actors came to the table with something so great. And one of my favorite scenes was with me and Demo, which it was actually unfortunate. The scene actually got reduced a little bit, and the original take was just so much longer and so much full. There's something about it that you saw both characters really come together, and it was great. Wish you guys would have got to see it. Assy Haha asked, if I could be a flavor of ice cream, which one would I be? See, now the problem is because it kind of already exists. It's like Ferrero Rocher, but obviously it'd have to be something Nutella based. Maybe like a Nutella Reese's coconut ice cream. That sounds amazing. Okay, I'll be right back. Next question. Liz wanted to know what my first day on set was like. I didn't get hazed. No, people weren't mean to me. It's the contrary. They were too nice, almost scary nice. But I did mess up once. My first take or second take, I walk into the dot and I walk up to Sav and I'm like, "Hey, I'm Sav," and he's like, "No, that's my name. You newbie." And then I got fired. And then I got rehired. All right, next question. Caitlin Crump on Facebook wants to know, are your friends from Degrassi your actual friends in real life? And not only do we, I am friends with all the people, but it's not only the people that I work with, like Demo. Me and him are really good friends, but me and him work a lot together. But me and Monroe have never filmed like a scene where we've really talked together before, but me and him are great friends as well. So yes, we are friends. Great question. Hey guys, thanks a lot for submitting your questions. I had a blast.